I am big. I am so big. 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 Before I begin my review, it has spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't read this review. I don't really fancy this game, and I own it on Steam only. I have played it on Windows and Linux. This review will be based around Linux Windows. Storyline, 2 out of 5. The story is a classic storyline where you starting by choosing between 3 life paths. 1. As a nomad, 1. As a street kid, or 1. As a corpo. Then you are forced to play through the life path that leads to what I called the intro gameplay. It's the short story building gameplay you always play before the game begins. That intro gameplay is 2 missions long. You get this job with a fixer called Dexter Deshawn, who has come back to be a fixer again after being away for several years as a gang leader. He needs 2 people to do a heist by stealing a chip. That's where you and Jackie Wells, commonly known as Jackie, come in. Of course, as in all classic plots, it goes wrong while you are stealing the chip, as you are witness to the son of the emperor killing his father, Saburo Arasaka, who went from being an Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service pilot to the corporate god of the 21st century. Then you have to get out, and Jackie, of course, gets hit and dies later in the car you are escaping in. And meanwhile, the cooling box broke, so you had to slip it in your slot in your head to save it. When you get back to Dexter, he, of course, is all like, "Why you put this on me?" and backstabbing you by shooting you in the head. You wake up later, where you see Dexter get shot by one of the Emperor bodyguards, called Goro Takemura. You both get attacked in the car by Arasaka hit squad to eliminate both you and Takemura. You and Takemura get shot severely and crashed, so you call the taxi service and got a taxi to pick you and Goro Takemura up to Vector to fix you up. That's where you find out the chip fix your head, but by doing so, it got damaged, and now it's killing you. And the code in that chip is overriding your brain with Johnny's Silverhand's personality. That's where the game begins, and you need to find a way to get it out of your head. Design, 4 out of 5. The design graphic is good, and I like it. I could just go around and look at all the stuff in this game not playing. But I hate the characters' design. They look good but they feel too much like robots. Mechanics, 3 out of 5. I don't like the mechanics in this game. There are way too many things that are wrong or useless. First, the AI is stupid as hell, and the crowd control needs to be fixed. The cars are spawning way too close to you, but I think that is more to do with it to work on the console. The console has a limit on how far away stuff can spawn. Then there is all the ranking stuff, and there is way too much you can rank up in. It gets too confusing. And then there are all the different rarities which don't mean anything. When you can find a standard weapon, there is a lot better than a legendary.
Also, legendary should be OP and hard to find, and something you can't craft yourself. The crafting menu is useless since you can find better stuff than you can craft yourself. The police is a jokes beside spawn out of nowhere in walls and closed rooms. There is a limit on how many police there will come, no matter how many you kill. So if you keep killing, I think it's about 15 to 20 police. No more police are going to spawn before the stars have reset. This means if you keep killing, so the stars don't disappear, you can keep going without any police trying to stop you. Also, if you go into the safe zone, then the stars disappearing right away. Which means you can kill, go to a safe zone and go out and kill again and keep doing that over and over. Also, the stars disappear too fast. It should work more like GTA music and voice acting. 4 out of 5 so far. It looks like the music is copyright free, and they sound outstanding, and the voices are good too, but they feel too mechanical when watching the character's body language. System, 3 out of 5. I don't know what really to say about the game system. I don't think it works. It's like a greedy child who wants all the excellent stuff to be in one game without knowing what to do with it. It ends up only half of it working and not being balanced at all. Like, look at the crafting menu. When do you need that? When you can find a better weapon, and there are no crafting missions. Or look at the police system. Besides being stupid and spawn near you no matter where you are and only spawns in a limited number. It's broken as hell and just don't work. But I do have to say it worked well with a controller, so that's a plus. And the smart aim system can be a pain in the ass if your smart aim is spotting the cops. Then the cops see it as I'm aiming at them and they attack me. Conclusion, 3 out of 5. My conclusion is this game is a broken piece of shit. I don't say you can't have fun in it, because you can. And there are about 200 hours of gameplay if you take all missions and side missions. But they just don't work. Even if all bugs get fixed, there is still so much useless stuff and other things in this game that make it a mess. I was ready to give this game a chance, even knowing full well how many problems there were with the game going in. And that's why I don't really talk about all the bugs here, since I want it to be about the game itself. Even the game build just doesn't work. If this system has to work, it would take years of hard working from now on to make it balance and work in a way that makes sense, and maybe even take some stuff out. So I don't need a manual to know what the fuck I'm doing or why half of the system is there. This game is a mix between GTA, Deus Ex, Mad Max, and Fortnite. It's a mismatch of way too many things without a goal. I would really love to like this game, but I can't see this game done even if the bugs got a fix. And because of that, I can't give it a higher rating. But I will come back to it if they fix some of the stuff I've been talking about and see if the game got better.